honest, one of the say best compliments, because I feel like that's a compliment. You know what I'm saying? I receive is, oh my God, you actually listen. Oh my God, you listen. And obviously, when people be like, it's so hard to meet people who understand or who be on that same, you know what I'm saying, who thinks the same, or they just like, oh my God, I just, it's so neat, or it's so cool. It's so cool to meet somebody who be on the same thing I be on. But I feel like, or say, what it boils down to, speaking to articulation, is that a lot of people have feelings, emotions that they cannot put words to. That's what articulation is, right? And we be speaking people's souls, right? We give them the verbiage, we give them the language to what they feel. And that's the awareness, if you will. You're bringing insight, and they feel this common bond, and they're like, oh my God, you're like me. And it's like, I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to tell people, like, I know I look friendly and all that, but I'm not friendly, bro. And just because I may understand does not mean that we are the same. I may have had an experience similar to yours to where I can relate, but we are not relatives. Like, I need you to understand that there's a difference between you and me, and I can understand why you may find me attractive, but slow your roll. Anybody who's trying to attach to you quickly has something up their sleeve. There's an ulterior motive there. That is a energy vampire. That is a leech. I don't care what anybody says. Like, instantly you want to be my friend. Like, you don't even know me. Simply because I said this to you, now you want to be my friend. Now you believe on me. Now you trust me. You know what it really makes me think about? It makes me think about when Jesus called, was it Nathaniel? I think it was Nathaniel. I could be wrong. But he called one of the brothers, and he was like, this is the one who was like, has anything good ever come out of Nazareth? And Jesus tells him, like, oh yeah, I saw you when you were under the tree right before your brother, came and got you or whatever. And he was like, oh, for sure you are the Son of God. And Jesus was like, so just because I told you where you were and what you were doing before, you believe on me? If that impresses you, then, be prepared to see the angels of heaven ascending and descending. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's so much more in store. But a lot of people, not being funny, they're easily impressed. And so they've never had somebody talk to them that way before. They've never had someone speak to their soul like that before. And here you come along, again, articulating, expressing, giving language, verbiage to what they feel inside, and they've maybe not shared with others. And you see them. Oh, okay. So if you don't know, I attract seers because I'm a seer, right? And so people ultimately want to be seen, though it's both something they crave but also run from. We crave, but we run from it. And it's because being seen is a very scary thing, because when someone sees you, they can see the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I believe those people try to attach themselves to us quickly so they can blindside us. You know what I'm saying? It's like rose-colored glasses. Let me trauma bond with you. Let me hurry up and get in your good graces before you figure out that I'm not really who, I'm pretending to be. Let me love bomb you before you figure out that I'm the, wolf in sheep's clothing. Let me hurry up and get you before you get a chance to see who I really am. And what sucks for them is, obviously, the more aware you are, the quicker you realize these things. Like, bro, hold on, slow your roll. Something is not right here. That's a leech. And so, yeah, you're dealing with the incubus or a succubus spirit in that moment, and you have to have those boundaries in place. Like, yeah, no, it's not gonna happen, bruh. You feel me? But yeah, so I don't know that I've had anyone say to me, like, your ability to articulate but I've definitely had people compliment me on being effective, like me being able to speak to the pain point and also the solution, right? So that's what, if you will, makes me effective, and again, compassionate and empathetic. And it's your ability to see people and they fall in love with that, and they're, like I said, easily impressed. But ultimately you can tell that these people haven't necessarily been loved before either, because you're easily impressed. You know, you want to be seen. Perhaps this is your first time ever being seen, you know what I'm saying? And you want to hurry up and buy this, it's like you caught it on sale, you know what I'm saying? Let me hurry up and buy this relationship before it goes back to its original price. Baby, no. The price went up and it's stuck, okay? It's okay for us to be expensive, and not everybody can afford what's expensive. And obviously, too, I've said this before, like, everybody wants what's behind the glass, but most can only afford what's on the sale rack. We have to be behind the glass, meaning you got to put a boundary in place. Thank you for the compliment. Have a good day.